Have you ever found yourself making decisions in your life based more on what others would think rather than what truly mattered to you? Often, without realizing it, we live our lives based on external expectations. The pressure to meet social, family, or even friends' standards can make us ignore our own desires and needs. Gradually, we adapt to please others, carrying the weight of their opinions as if they were absolute truths. This habit of seeking approval can begin to undermine our authenticity. When we make decisions solely based on how we will be perceived, we stop living genuinely. Instead of following our own path, we end up conforming to others' judgments, distancing ourselves from who we truly are. Before continuing, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to receive updates on upcoming content focused on promoting wisdom, spiritual balance, and a profound sense of inner peace. Your journey of growth and self-discovery is important to us. This constant concern with external opinion can create a feeling of anxiety, of always being evaluated. And with this comes the need to adjust, to fit into expectations that don't always make sense to us. The result? A life filled with insecurity and uncertainties, where the approval of others becomes more important than our own satisfaction. Recognizing this weight is the first step to freeing yourself from it. Realizing how much others' opinions affect our choices allows us to question them and eventually detach from them. After all, others' opinions are often a reflection of their own insecurities and fears, not a truth about us. Now, how many times have you stopped to ask yourself, what is really important to me? Amid the demands and expectations of everyday life, it's common to get lost in the priorities of others and forget to define our own. Cultivating self-knowledge is an act of courage and self-love. It means being willing to look inward and identify what truly makes sense to you, what brings you joy, and what nourishes your soul. This requires a moment of honest reflection, a pause to listen to that inner voice that is often drowned out by external demands. Understanding your personal values is essential for living authentically. Values are like an internal guide that directs your decisions, your relationships, and your life choices. When your values are clear, you can establish boundaries and make decisions with more confidence, without being swayed by the opinions or criticisms of others. A lack of clarity about who you are and what you value can lead to a disconnected life, where choices are made out of habit, fear, or a need to please. When you truly know yourself, this clarity brings lightness, because your decisions start to reflect your desires and not the expectations of others. A powerful practice to strengthen this connection is regular self-reflection. Take time to ask yourself simple questions like, what makes me feel at peace? Or what are my non-negotiable principles? This will help identify what truly matters and where you should focus your energy. The more you know yourself, the clearer your journey becomes. When you begin to recognize the weight of external opinions and value your self-knowledge, something profound starts to happen. The desire to free yourself from judgments and live a more authentic life emerges. This is an essential step toward achieving spiritual freedom. Letting go of others' judgments is a liberating process. Once you understand your own values, you realize that the criticisms of others often do not pertain to you, but reflect their insecurities, beliefs, or frustrations. This insight allows you to emotionally disconnect from negative comments and proceed on your path with greater ease. In the spiritual journey, true freedom comes from allowing yourself to be who you are, without fear of disappointing external expectations. This doesn't mean completely ignoring the people around you, but rather finding a balance where your decisions are aligned with what makes sense to you, not just what pleases others. This alignment is what generates inner peace and authenticity. This detachment from judgments also creates space for spiritual growth. Without the constant concern for others' opinions, you become more receptive to your intuition and more connected to what is sacred within you. The mind calms, the heart opens, and the inner voice becomes clearer. Allowing yourself to live without the burden of others' judgments is an act of trust in yourself and your journey. With each step, spiritual freedom reveals itself as a path to live according to your own truth, connected to the divine and in harmony with your essence. By letting go of others' judgments, you create space for something fundamental: the pursuit of happiness within yourself. When we stop seeking external validation and free ourselves from the need to please, an opportunity arises to discover what truly makes us feel fulfilled and complete. True happiness does not depend on others' opinions or external circumstances. It springs from an internal place, from being in tune with your values and living according to your own choices. This connection with yourself is the starting point for a lighter and more satisfying life. After all, the approval of others is fleeting, but your satisfaction with who you are and what you choose for yourself endures. In this process, it is important to learn to appreciate the small moments and value the simple things. Often, in trying to meet external expectations, we lose the ability to recognize and enjoy what truly brings joy. Practices such as gratitude, meditation, and self-reflection are powerful tools for strengthening this inner connection and cultivating a mindset of contentment. By finding this internal happiness, you become less susceptible to criticism and judgment. You begin to understand that what really matters is living in coherence with yourself, without compromising your peace to please others. It is on this journey that you discover the power of living according to your own values, without sacrificing your authenticity. Allowing yourself to be happy from within is liberating and transforms the way you relate to the world. By freeing yourself from judgments and cultivating internal happiness, you find a path of peace, self-confidence, and harmony with yourself. When you find happiness within yourself, you gain the ability to connect with others in a more genuine way. By freeing yourself from the need for external validation, you stop shaping your actions and words to please or avoid judgment. Instead, you begin to relate from a place of authenticity and integrity. Building true relationships means being willing to be who you really are, without fear of judgment. This creates a solid foundation for deeper connections based on mutual acceptance and transparency. When you present yourself without masks, you allow others to do the same. Thus, relationships move beyond superficiality and become more meaningful and respectful. Authenticity in relationships also involves establishing healthy boundaries. When you are aligned with yourself and know your values, it becomes easier to communicate your needs and expectations without fear of displeasing. This clarity prevents resentments and promotes a coexistence based on honesty and respect. Moreover, true relationships are not based on validation or approval, but on mutual support and growth. When you feel at peace with yourself, you can offer more empathy, understanding, and encouragement to others. This creates a safe space where both you and those around you can be vulnerable without fear of criticism. This transformation in the way of relating is a natural consequence of freeing yourself from others' judgments and finding happiness within yourself. It is in this context that bonds strengthen and you build more authentic and meaningful connections. Once you've started building true relationships based on authenticity, the next step is to incorporate this freedom of spirit into your daily life. Living without the weight of others' opinions requires practice, consistency, and above all, the intention to stay connected with yourself. An effective way to maintain this freedom is to cultivate daily practices that reinforce your emotional independence. One such practice is silent or guided meditation. Setting aside a moment each day to quiet the mind and reconnect with your inner self helps filter out external voices and strengthen your own. During meditation, focus on your breath and allow any concerns about what others think to dissipate. This brings clarity and calm to your decisions throughout the day. Another powerful practice is the use of affirmations. Repeating affirmations like, "I am enough," or "I trust my own wisdom," can help reprogram your mind to value yourself more than others' opinions. By internalizing these words, you build a solid foundation of self-confidence that guides you in moments of doubt. Additionally, the practice of daily gratitude keeps your attention focused on what really matters. At the end of each day, reflect on the things that brought peace, joy, or growth. This helps you realize that your well-being comes from your own choices, not from external validation. Setting boundaries is another essential practice. Learning to say no when necessary, without guilt, and clearly communicating your priorities strengthens your ability to live according to your own values. Remember that protecting your emotional space is crucial to continue walking authentically. By adopting these practices, you will notice how living without worrying about the opinions of others becomes more natural. Over time, these everyday actions not only free you from the weight of external judgments, but also create a more fulfilling life, guided by your own wisdom and intuition. When you begin to free yourself from the weight of others' opinions, you discover a new lightness in life, a deeper connection with yourself, and the ability to build more genuine relationships. Remember that this journey of authenticity is continuous, and each step taken towards your own truth is an act of love and courage. If this video inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this, and please share your experiences or reflections in the comments. I would love to hear how you are progressing on your own journey of freedom and authenticity. Light and peace to you.